So in this video, we're going to take a look at two drivers, two of the cheaper drivers in the premium driver category. We've got the new Cobra LTDx Driver up against the Mizuno ST-Z 220 driver. So two new drivers 2022, both priced at £399. A little bit more value for your buck, but which one is a potential best performer? Okay, so if you're looking for a bit of a value for your buck in terms of a drive, then these two drivers are possibly what you want to go and look at. Really impressed with both of these in the review videos, you know, in terms of the performance, the numbers, but two very different looks. I'm going to talk a little bit about that and compare that. And obviously, looks is very much of a personal aspect, isn't it? But we're going to kick things off with the Cobra. So the LTDx, this is the one with the weighted plate at the back of the driver. So Cobra is saying ultimate forgiveness, but with low spin, fast ball speeds. And maybe, as I said in my review video, I wasn't blown away with the looks of the Cobra, you know, with the style of the head. It's not bad, you know, it's matte black. We've got that edging at the front, lipstick on there, couple of little fins on the top. That's a nice opening tee shot. Little bit of hair of left to right shape in it, which I don't mind at all. So good ball speed, 163 to short, 164, 2-3 spin, 276 in that carry. So we're going to hit 3 shots with each, alternate rounds, so we won't get in a pattern too much. So maybe as I said in a review video, I felt like it felt a little bit hard on the club face with the Cobra. I think the sound's really good of the driver itself. See, that one I caught a little bit low in the face. Keep that ball speed up, but when I lose that launch angle, just lose a little bit of carry. So spin's great for that low hit. Controlled, it would be a sort of a good miss in a way. It's just not obviously going to maximise my carry when I launch it that low. So that's a better launch there, better strike. Touch up the left, but you see that launch at 11.5. You see a difference of carry distance here now. There you go, 280. So touch lower in the spin, but not by much. It's a very similar ball speed to that last, but a difference of 9 degrees to 11.5 makes a big difference of that carry. Okay, so moving into the Mizuno, so the ST-Z 220. So again, we've got that weighted screw, 20 grams this time in the back section in a neutral position. Again, Mizuno are claiming high ball speeds, high MOI, low spin. So very similar characteristics. 9.5, the Cobra's a 9 that I had set into there, and same shaft in both of these. Obviously a different look here now, and for me, the Mizuno wins on the looks by quite a bit. You know, it's a stunning looking golf club. Yes, we've got 2 different colours with that sort of thick, polished, glossy front section with the gloss of the carbon showing through, but it does look quality. I think I'm always a big fan of how the Mizuno drivers look. Black face, just that little bit of logo on the front, and that's it. Subtle little Z logo on the back of the crown, but nothing that sort of takes your eye away from the club face. Okay, just pull that a little bit on that left-hand side. A little bit of a louder sound in comparison to the Cobra there. So ball speed similar there, just short 164, 2-1 spin, 266. Again, that launch is a little bit low, very similar to that one I hit with the Cobra there, wasn't it? That's a nice strike. Really nice ball flight. Smidge left to right, don't mind that shape at all. 163, great spin, 281 carry. Yeah, so as I say, for me, better luck with the Mizuno. Again, looks is always personal, isn't it? Slightly louder sound in comparison to the Cobra. Is that a good thing, is that a bad thing? That's obviously for you to decide and your preferences. Oh yeah, just fractionally down the left, good strike again though. Yeah, decent sort of ball speed. And that spin again, you know, it's a consistent spin, probably with both drivers there as we see straight away. But let's jump back into the Cobra, another 3 shots. So obviously both drivers got the advantages here of the shiftable neck sleeve, so we can dial that loft up and down, also change in lie angle as well. So we've got some real sort of nice dialing in to do with both drivers. So I've got these both set as a neutral setting, to be honest, and I think the Cobra does sit very nice and square, does sit lovely there. As I say, I'm not the greatest fan of the looks, but the way it sits is nice. Okay, good strike. Again, just peeling up that right. Get a little bit left to right shape on these. See that club path there, see -2, just working that club a little bit out to in there. Just gives me that little bit of that shaping. But again, even with that sort of left to right shape there, that spin doesn't climb, does it? Sometimes when you see that shape, you tend to associate a little bit that spin can sort of climb up and get away from you. And that hasn't done. Some decent ball speed, 165, good launch. Just obviously peeling off and just losing a little bit of carry there, just because of that little bit of that shape. Again, just fractionally in that heel. Really tested this sort of the MOI of these drivers here in terms of the the control that shaping in a way. Oh, that's a cracker. That's a good strike, great launch. That looks to be quite a long ball, yeah, 165, launched at 12, 282 with a super spin there, just to finish up with a Cobra. So let's jump into the final set of 3 with the Mizuno. Oh, that's an absolute bullet. Touch left to right, but not much by all. That was a really good strike. Yeah, sort of 163. Good launch there, 2-3 spin, 281, really good. So I'd say both of these drivers coming in just under that £400 mark. So, you know, many drivers now hitting that sort of 499 area, you know, mid sort of 400s. Then, you know, maybe a lot of you guys are sort of saying to me it's too much money nowadays for these drivers. So I think just under that £400 mark, you know, even some a little bit less than that, you know, you're getting quite a lot from a big brand out in terms of value for sort of money. Performance are good on these. I mean, to be honest, today I probably haven't struck these as good as maybe what I did in the review videos, but it's never a bad thing just to start moving that strike around and see what it's like on your days when you're not quite on it. And we all have those days, don't we, as golfers? You know, how does that perform? What are the misses like? How much does it drop off? Again, good solid strike. Okay, right, so there's a batch of shots hit with both of those drivers. Let's go and check a few numbers out and do a little bit of a comparison. Okay, so let's look at dispersion ring. Obviously we've got the centre line down the middle here, a little bit more of a peeling off to the right, maybe so, and then sort of a few corrections there. But I think, you know, looking at maybe the sort of right to left dispersion between the white, which was the Cobra, maybe just that wild one a little bit up the left there with the Mizuno, just sort of increasing that dispersion ring. And then looking at the numbers, so you can see clubhead speed 113, exactly the same there. A little bit more ball speed there with the Cobra, 164.5 against the Mizuno, 162.3. Launch touch higher with the Mizuno, 2-2 spin, 2-1, so identical on the spin. You see the carry distance is pretty identical, just that little bit more launch with the Mizuno on average. Just got me that little bit more carry, which obviously brought it back up to the higher ball speed of the Cobra. So both very, very similar. Obviously got some good hits into the 282s when I got my delivery in the right place. Peak height there, you can see quite similar, a little bit more maybe with the Mizuno, just that slightly higher launch, but the land angle at 34 against 31.6, so Cobra coming a little bit hotter, potentially that little bit more run out on those drives in comparison. Okay, it's probably not my best hitting day, but again, it's not a bad thing to actually try drivers when you're not quite on it yourself. But push comments down below, let me know your thoughts. Is that something you would want to go and try yourself? Mizuno against the Cobra, £399 area. A lot of tech for your money, and 2 sort of good performing drivers aren't as good as probably anything else out there at the moment. Post comments down below, I'd love to hear your thoughts as always, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.